Hello all. Today we're going to learn about the Virgin Atlantic Airways Limited. Most of us would have heard this name before. Let us know this company in a much better way. Virgin Atlantic, a trading name of Virgin Atlantic Airways Limited, is a British airline majority owned by Sir Richard Branson's Virgin Group. The Virgin Group owns 51% of the airline and Delta Airlines owns the remaining 49%. Virgin Atlantic's head office is in Crawley, West Sussex, England, near Gatwick Airport. Virgin Atlantic uses a mixed fleet of Airbus and Boeing wide-body jets and operates between the United Kingdom, North America, the Caribbean, Africa, the Middle East and Asia from its main bases at London, Heathrow and Gatwick. The airline also operates a secondary base at Manchester as well as a seasonal base from Glasgow. The airline has operated domestic flights within the United Kingdom since 31st March 2013. It is administratively separate from other Virgin branded airlines. The airline was established in 1984 and was originally planned by its co-founders Randolph Fields and Alan Hillary to fly between London and the Falkland Islands. The pair met Richard Branson and through negotiations renamed the airline Virgin Atlantic. On 22 June 1984, Virgin Atlantic operated its inaugural scheduled service between Gatwick and Newark using a leased Boeing 747-200 registration G VIRG, christened Maiden Voyager, formerly operated by Aerolíneas Argentinas. In 1986, the airline added another Boeing 747 and started a scheduled route from Gatwick to Miami. Additional aircraft were acquired and routes launched from Gatwick to New York, JFK 1988, Tokyo 1989, Los Angeles 1990, Boston 1991 and Orlando 1992. In 1987, a service was launched between Luton and Dublin using Viscount turboprop aircraft, but this was withdrawn around 1990. In 1988, Club Air operated two Boeing 727 jet aircraft on behalf of Virgin. These served the Luton to Dublin route until about 1990. In December 1999, the Virgin Group agreed to sell a 49% stake in the airline to Singapore Airlines for £600 million, retaining a majority 51% stake. In November 2010, it was reported that Virgin Atlantic had appointed Deutsche Bank to begin a strategic review of options for the airline following the tie-up between British Airways and American Airlines. On 11 December 2012, Delta Airlines confirmed the purchase of Singapore Airlines' 49% stake in Virgin Atlantic for £224 million, with future plans to develop a transatlantic joint venture. The Virgin Group and Sir Richard Branson will continue to own the majority 51% of the airline. Regulatory approval from the United States and European Union was granted on 28 June 2013 and the purchase was completed on 24 June. Craig was appointed Chief Executive Officer of Virgin Atlantic Airways on 1 February 2013, which has a fleet of 40 long-haul aircraft flying 6 million passengers a year all over the world. He joins from American Airlines, AA, where he had a 27-year career spanning commercial, financial and strategic roles in the US and around the globe. In 2003, Virgin Atlantic carries 3.8 million passengers. This increased to 4.6 million in 2006, placing it 7th among the UK airlines, though the long-haul nature of its operations made it second in terms of passenger miles. During the 2012 Summer Olympics bids, Virgin Atlantic attached London 2012 decals to the rear of many of its Boeing 747-400s. On 31st October 2005, Virgin Atlantic operated a humanitarian aid charter flight to Islamabad, Pakistan, with 55 tons of aid for the people affected by the 2005 Kashmir earthquake. Awards in recognition of Virgin Atlantic are Business Traveller Awards. Virgin Atlantic has been honoured Business Traveller Awards in the Best Premium Economy Class and Best Airport Lounge Heathrow Clubhouse categories. It's winner of 2 OAG Travel Industry Awards. Virgin Atlantic has secured 2 prestigious titles, Best Airline based in Western Europe, beating the likes of British Airways, Air France and Lufthansa, and Best Transatlantic Airline. World Travel Awards 2009, Leading Transatlantic Airline and Leading Travel Commercial Business Travelers Awards, Best Premium Economy Class and the Best Airport Lounge. In January 2009, Virgin Atlantic celebrated its 25th birthday by launching Still Red Hot, a campaign recognizable from the TV advert featuring cabin crew dressed in iconic red, striding through Gatwick to a soundtrack from Frankie Goes to Hollywood. It delivered the confidence and glamour of the brand to travelers. Still Red Hot is estimated to have driven 20% of overall revenue during the campaign timeline, equating to a payback of £10.58 for every £1 invested. The brand TV alone delivered a payback of £14.64. This film tells the story of 2010 IPA Effectiveness Award winning paper and goes on to explore what happened next for Virgin Atlantic, including how the success of this campaign allowed them to take a more global approach to their advertising. It looks at the campaign's challenger strategy, how the campaign was planned and the ad was made, campaign results and payback, and also wider learning for the industry. Most Virgin Atlantic aircraft are in a three-class cabin configuration: economy, premium economy and upper class. Economy is the standard basic class of Virgin Atlantic. Economy travel includes meals, drinks, in-flight entertainment and headsets, as well as amenity kits for all passengers on night flights. Premium economy has a separate check-in area, priority boarding, a wider seat with more legroom, and additional cabin services such as pre-flight drink, newspapers and dedicated cabin crew. As with economy, Virgin launched an updated product in November 2006 with a wider seat that also supplies laptop power, beginning with the London Heathrow-based A340 aircraft. Virgin Atlantic does not operate a traditional business class or first class service, but rather a combination product branded upper class. This features a seat that converts into a 6x6 fully flat bed and also offers in-seat laptop power and power leads for iPods. Virgin Atlantic introduced a new upper class Dream Suite seat and cabin in 2012 to be introduced to the rest of the fleet by 2015. On 5th November 1997, after numerous attempts to shake free the jammed main landing gear of an Airbus A340-300 GVSKY failed, the aircraft en route from Los Angeles to Heathrow made an emergency landing at Heathrow Airport. The aircraft sustained major damage to the undersides of engines 1, 2 and 4, which made contact with the runway surface during landing. The runway surface was also damaged and several runway lights were broken as the right main landing gear wheels broke up during deceleration. The aircraft was evacuated safely. 2 crew members and 5 passengers sustained minor injuries during the evacuation. On 8 February 2005, on board an Airbus A340-600 aircraft GVATL en route from Hong Kong to Heathrow, the fuel control computer system caused a loss of automatic fuel transfer between tanks. The left outboard engine lost power, and shortly afterwards the right outboard engine also began to falter until the crew began to cross-feed fuel manually. The crew diverted to Amsterdam and landed safely. The interim accident report made 4 safety recommendations addressed to the primary certification bodies for large transport category aircraft, EASA and the FAA, advising on the need for a low fuel warning system for large aircraft. The Virgin Atlantic Foundation is a charitable trust set up in 2003. The foundation manages Change for Children, which is their dynamic onboard charitable appeal. Change for Children, it is at the center of a network of local and global social investment programs and is one of the many ways through which the company gives something back to the community. Each Change for Children project is on board for 1 month and each project raises an average of £40,000. Fulfilling Dreams, Virgin Atlantic has teamed up with the charity Dreams Come True. This is a small national charity founded 20 years ago whose aims include fulfilling a dream a day and to make the most treasured dreams come true for terminally and seriously ill children. Dreams Come True manages the request on behalf of Virgin Atlantic and Virgin Holidays and will liaise with the Virgin Holidays Customer Care Department for eligible children and their families. So we got to know about the various aspects of Virgin Atlantic. Hope the information about the company was useful to you. Have a good day ahead.